All right, so we are back in the 94 Mustang. Currently just got done installing a switch. This is gonna release the nitrous into my air intake. Currently have a wet ZEX kit, or I believe it's ZEX. I have a ZEX kit I got off Facebook Marketplace around like $3.50 with a bottle, and then it's full. So I have 2 bottles currently, and I just got done setting up the switch. So what it's gonna do is, it basically, you split the power wire. So this will interrupt the connection, and this will either allow the current to flow to the other side, allowing the module to get power, or not. So let's turn it on. Right now, I'm wide open throttle. You don't hear anything opening or closing, no relays. Pop this open, turn this on. You can hear it opening and closing. Boom, turn it off, nothing. So I have my, let's check it out. This is going to be the module. I have it running a power wire to my radio because it has key ignition. So anytime the key ignition gets power, this will automatically turn on instead of hooking it up to my battery and then running it to a fuse. I have it so when the car is on, this is always enabled. So what my switch does, interrupts that connection, and you can turn it off remotely or turn it on remotely. So this switch, I have it grounded to my seat. Kind of looks like a little spaghetti wire under there. And then I have an aftermarket radio, so the orange wire, well, either way, the orange wire on the OEM harness is going to be key ignition. So when the key is on, the car or car accessories turn on. So this is the key on wire I have going into the original harness in there. So what I did was split it in half, and then this is the switch. The switch interrupts the connection, not allowing it to move past, depending on where the switch is at. So if the switch is on, this power will flow through. If not, it'll stop right here and then stop at the switch. So if that makes any sense, there that is. But if you go to the original harness right here, or maybe, my bad, not that orange wire, but that yellow wire next to that green one on the OEM is going to be your key on. I already have it jumped for my shifter light, this, so I just jumped onto that connection, and now we're here. So with this thing, I literally just have like 3 credit cards. I cut a hole in it so this thing would pop in, so it's not that bad. It's pretty secure. You know, I can pop it without, it's not gonna really go anywhere. It might wiggle, but you can fill it up with things, but it's not coming out for sure. I have it tightly compacted in there. It's a little ghetto, but it works pretty good. You know, it's all you need. Save myself $70 because they have controller kits, but they have all the arming, the bottle heater, all that extra shit that I'm not gonna run. So crank this, open the system, and then it's gonna sit in the lines until you open this up, turn this on, and then it'll flow all out. So it's pretty cool. I think I did a good job for $8. Installed that. I could make it a little nicer. You know, I have to zip tie some things, shove things into places so they are hidden. But other than that, that's it for now. I have to drill a hole into my intake so I can shoot my wet nitrous in there. So yeah, I don't know. Peace out. We're at part 9 million of installing this nitrous kit off eBay, Facebook Marketplace. So the guy I got it from, the fucking threads are just absolutely gone in that thing. So I just dug a hole in my intake, and we're about to just, you can actually see I dug the hole. I don't really got any tools out here besides like normal standard tools, no fucking taps and dies. But you know, we're gonna do the next best thing to get this to stay in there. Where the fuck did it go? I just had it. Boom. So we're gonna clean off the fucking surface area. It's got alcohol, so this works. Boom, boom. So, Gucci Guilty, thank you. Sponsor me. Just clean it off. And then we're ready to apply. So what I did was I got the cheapest epoxy known to man. And we're gonna epoxy around this fucker. And see how that goes. Some shit. So, let's go mix this up with my knife and then just lay it on. Oh god, there goes everything. Okay. Alright. Mixing up the epoxy as we speak. So we're a little, oh god. Alright, we're a little bit back. So we have the epoxy going around that. I had to set it upright so it didn't drip off. It doesn't look like it's dripping in. I got to go get this that I dropped. And then I dropped fucking everything else. So, all these clamps, boom. I kind of like to go crazy with epoxy, so you just can never have enough. So I'm gonna just play around with it. And then, where'd my napkin go? Boom. I think we're doing pretty well. We have it epoxied up. So this is a wet kit right here. It didn't come with a fucking fuel line thing, so I'm running a wet kit as a dry kit. It's safe. It just shoots a lot harder out of here because that's supposed to make the fuel turn into tiny little particles. That's easier to suck in. Pause. No diddy. But I have to get something that goes to my Schrader valve. That's on my fuel rail, and for it to come to here, and then yeah, I have the output, no input, so I gotta get a Schrader valve to that. Cooked.